I keep seeing these things at Best Buy in the aisle where they sell PlayStation 5 games, like on the bottom shelf at the end of the aisle. And I was curious. I was like, what the hell are these vests, right? The Woojer Vest 3. And it says high fidelity haptic vest for feeling your games. It reminded me of those Interactor force feedback vests from back in the early 90s for the Super Nintendo or Sega Genesis, where you could feel the kicks and punches and all that nonsense. So it was intriguing to me. And it was something I thought was interesting, but there was no way I was just going to go grab one. But every time I would go in the Best Buy, I would kind of eyeball it. I was like, that's weird, man. And then eventually the company hit me up and was like, hey, we're going to send you one. I was like, cool, I'll check it out. So yeah, that's where we're at. We're going to check this thing out. I'm going to unbox it. I'm going to have my younglings, the little pixels, my boys, they're going to try this thing out. They've been really curious every time we've seen these things, but I'm like, oh man, I don't know about buying one of these. But now that we have one, they're going to check it out. We'll film some footage, get their thoughts and impressions on it. But this one, it does say it's made for the Meta Quest 3, or made for Meta. It says down here, Quest 3 controllers for illustrative purposes. It just has where you could plug in your controllers to hold them in place. But this one's just a variant version. The Woojer Vest 3, no matter which color scheme it is, they're all the same. The only difference, like this one, is it has where you can put the controllers in there, right? You can use this for video game consoles, music, movies, whatever. If you don't get this one, you could still use the other ones for VR. It doesn't matter. Just, yeah, there's just variants, I guess, is what the point is. But this one has it's a gamer bundle. Comes with a washable lining, gold-plated audio cable, chair mount, and a wall mount. So, okay. I guess we'll figure that stuff out in a moment. But yeah, here we go. So what's in the back? Ready, play, feel. Like, what are we in? Ready Player One? People running around with the VR headsets. And I never understood that. How are you going to be running around in the street and stuff? But okay, here we go. 360-degree immersive experience. There's an app. Okay, we'll figure out how it works. Games are not designed to use this, right? So it's going to have to utilize the audio, right? The bass and stuff like that. You know, it's not like it's going to specifically, like, you get shot, it's going to know where you got shot, right? But it's still, it could be like an immersive experience. Could be kind of cool. Like, they got to add, like, you know, some smell-o-vision type stuff too eventually. I think I saw a Kickstarter for something like that before. How the hell do I open this? So it's got some instructions here. Close it, tighten the waist straps, tighten the chest strap, pull both shoulder straps. Okay. I'm a big boy. I'll still try this on, but I don't know. I'll let you know if this is good for big boys or not. But wow, okay. You're gonna look like an idiot wearing this thing. Just don't wear it out and about, dude. This thing's got some heft to it. Actually, like, it's actually kind of neat, man. It actually feels like this. It's decent quality. Like, it's not a cheapy feeling thing. It's got some heft to it, man. You're gonna get worn out wearing this. And then this is the special gamer bundle box that comes with the Meta Quest bundle. Okay. Guess these are things they sell separately, but just come bundled with this version. Wall mount. The frick? And then a washable liner. It's like a bib. You get a Woojer bib. Oh, I see. It's like you put it, I'm assuming it goes to the front on the inside there. It covers this, right? That's what it looks like. Why does it say wall mount? It's just a hanger to hang in your closet. Like, you put it on there and then you hang it up in the closet. Why does it call it a wall mount? Like, you take the hanger, see, and then you put it in your closet. Why would they call that a wall mount? It's a hanger. And then this is the Vest 3 chair mount. It says the chair mount provides you with an easy way to tie your Vest 3 around any chair. whether you're gaming or resting, and regardless of seat settings. What is the point of that? Is it to like feel the rumble while you're sitting? I don't freaking know, dude. I'm gonna get this thing charged up, figured out, and we'll test it out. But there we go. Looks pretty neat so far. So the Woojer Vest 3, we've been using this thing for a few days now, myself and my two sons, and everybody's formulated their opinions and thoughts, and I'll present that to you in a moment here. But to go a little more into how this thing works. So you have input and output. You have to input the audio, and you have two options, either 3.5 millimeter audio jack or Bluetooth. And then the same thing with output. To output the audio so you could hear it, you got Bluetooth, or you could plug in some headphones to 3.5 millimeter audio jack. So you got those two, ports on the side, or you could go Bluetooth either way, right? So with something like the MetaQuest 3S as an example, which both of my sons have, and they wanted to try this out with VR. You don't have to use this with VR. I used it on the PS5 and played Street Fighter 4. It was kind of cool. I'll talk a little bit more about that in a moment. But with the Quest 3S, you don't have an audio jack, so you have to go Bluetooth. Now, there is a way around that with like a little dongle type thing, but then you're kind of restricted with how you use the Quest 3S. So we didn't bother with any of that. We went with the audio input for them when they used it that way with Bluetooth. Now, my one son, my oldest son, he mentioned that he was starting to notice that there was latency, there was lag with the audio, with what he was hearing versus when the rumbles would hit, right? When the vibrations would hit. And that's something that could happen if you go Bluetooth. So I think it is recommended. Even when I was reading up on things, it is more recommended. You go hardwired, depending on the situation, the system that you're using. With the PS5 as an example, I don't have a PS5 controller right here, but like you would just plug in the, 3.5 millimeter jack into, plug into the bottom of the controller, plug it into the Woojer Vest, and you're good, right? That type of thing. Then plug in your headphones, however you want to go about it. You plug in the headphones to the other side, and it works pretty good. Now, depending on the game like that you're playing, because any audio that goes into it, I know they kind of situated it to where, depending on how the audio comes through, that it'll simulate the vibrations a different way. But if the music is really loud in a game, it could really, kind of take you out of it. Like, I think this thing's meant to immerse you in the game. So certain games like Street Fighter, as an example, I turned the sound, the music down. And once I did that, like if you turn the sound down, the music down in a game, to not where it's like muted, but to a lower percentage to where you could still hear it, but like the sound effects in the game are higher, then those, the hits and stuff on the vest, it does feel a little more immersive. So you may have to tweak it. And there's an app that you can kind of fine tune certain things as well on your phone. You don't 100% necessarily need to use that, but I did notice there's a few little settings there. But ultimately, my two sons, my youngest son, he was like, what is this, Ready Player One type of thing? Kind of what I was saying. He didn't seem too impressed, to be honest with you. He said it was kind of neat, but at the same time, he was like, I don't know. He was like, it's just vibrating, like whatever, no big deal. And I was like, well, would you want to use this again? He was like, I might want to try it on some other games at some point. And then my oldest son, he thought it was cool. He thought it was very neat, but he's kind of one, he doesn't ever want to say anything negative. But he was telling me it was uncomfortable to use for an extended period of time, but how he really liked it. But I was like, well, would you want to use it more? And he was like, yeah. But there was certain things that he was saying where I just kind of think he didn't want to be too negative about it. Because he was mentioning the things with latency and stuff like that, where it wasn't really feeling immersive. It wasn't making sense with the vibrations. But like I said, he was using Bluetooth for the input. So that's a downside. When I use my MetaQuest, I have a Quest 3, you have the 3.5 millimeter jack. So it's kind of fine with that. 3S, it's a cheaper version, so they took away that jack. Kind of BS, man. You could put a jack on there. But when I used it, it worked fine. I was playing whatever game I'm showing. I probably split screening this stuff all up on the video here. I can't remember what that game is called. I don't even know how I got that game. I don't know if somebody sent it to me or something, but it's kind of like Time Crisis. Game is really cool, but it's a gimmick. Just be straight with you. Like my kids even said, this thing, it's a gimmick. It's a neat gimmick for the price. The MetaQuest one with all the extra stuff that you don't need. I think like the hanger thing is probably the most needed accessory. The 3.5 millimeter cables are necessary, I think, but you could buy those anywhere. But that hanger to hang this thing up instead of just draping it somewhere, that might be necessary. I don't know how much they sell that extra for, but if you buy the bundle, it comes with it. So yeah, if you're interested, take a look. It's for sale at Best Buy, the Woojer website. Costco sells it too, and they always have it for sale quite a bit lower than a lot of places. They have it on sale all the time. But I mean, if I were to be honest, and I always am, would have I paid for this thing myself? No, I wouldn't have. Not at the price that they sell this thing for. I would have risked it for the biscuit maybe at half of the price because it is neat. But I think just like my kids and myself, I think we're all in agreement that it's a gimmick. It's a neat gimmick, but it's something I think may get old. You'll get that hanger and put it up in your closet and forget about it, or maybe put it up on eBay and sell it because it gets old after a while. There's no game that's like designed to work with this specifically. So it's just kind of, the audio has to sync up with it right to make it really feel like you're being immersed in the game. Not every game is going to have audio that really feels good with this thing. So it's kind of a mixed bag. That's all it is. It's a gimmick. I don't know what else to say. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching. Bye.